to that. I'm going to hit the live button, but yeah, that's it. But as far as the show, what I have on the, what I have on the list here is, I put it in there as Hammer Time, about the lady who basically beat herself with a hammer, claiming that her boyfriend hurt her, and then she claimed that she was in like some sex trafficking ring, like all this stuff, and then turned out that it was all a big lie. They even have videos of her, buying the hammer and beating herself.
In the house?
No.
Oh.
I asked if you love him. I was asking.
Oh, yeah.
Small.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jared.
Good morning.
He said good morning.
What accent was that? That's what I'm trying to find out.
I don't know what accent that was.
Huh?
What accent were you doing?
What?
Accent.
What accent?
What you just
Just
said.
now.
Say good morning, Jared.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
What's your background?
I didn't have one.
All right, good night.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's funny. Yeah, so I have that. Another thing that I found was, Sophie was telling me about this dentist who killed his wife by putting like arsenic in her workout shake or whatever every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like little tiny levels. And this guy's like a dentist, so
Wow.
like you would think that somebody, with that, I guess, degree of whatever you want to call it would be smarter than that, but nope, guess not. And then there's another one that I literally just saw when I was getting, when I was getting stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it here? I'm gonna drop this in the what do you call it? In the thing. In the chat. But it was like a guy who shot himself while he was trying to break in the house. So
wow. Well, okay. All right.
Let's see here. Girl beats herself. Yeah, and then you know what? I don't know. We might have to. I'll have to look at this. This time frame, because they switched up the hours at church to where they have like older. What do you got? Not older, but they have. Dude shot himself right in the nuts or something. I don't know. They have 3 different time frames. So one is early, one is like at 9. One is at 9, one is at 10:30, and then one is gonna be at like 12:30 or something like that. And I think we're gonna start going to the 10:30 one starting today. So we'll shift it around. I mean, maybe we could just get in like some quicker shows, from now on. I don't know what it is, or maybe we have to move it around after that. But let's see here. What was the I had? So I got the arsenic doctor. That's right. What other kind of fun stuff do you have on deck?
Fun.
The TikTok guy.
TikTok. Oh, dang! I didn't even check.
The guy who owns TikTok, who had to get, what do you call it? Who had to get
in front of Congress or Senate or something for.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I only seen like a little bit of that. It was just one weird question that one of the guys was asking him about the internet or routers and stuff. I'm like, it's just like he's going around in circles, It's like when you get on TikTok, doesn't it have to access your router? I'm like, wait, what?
Bruh.
The guy's like, I'm not understanding what you're saying. When you get on TikTok, is it true that it has to access your router It's like, I'm like confused. I'm like, I understand, but then I'm like confused at the same time. So,
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
see how they ask all kind of crazy questions.
Yeah, they just be coming up with all kinds of stuff, bro. It doesn't make any sense. Dennis accused of wife murder. All right, here we go.
Oh, that's jacked up.
What's that?
I'm watching TikTok and I may as well just forward you this video since we both online. It's a basketball game. Yeah, I just forwarded it to you. So
Okay, I'll check it out. All right, yeah, there we go. Dennis murdered his wife, poison revealed investigative crime a great length to end his wife's life. Arrested morning. Let me see what this TikTok be looking like. Oh, I sent you the one with that girl who was like saying like having a baby with my daddy or something like that. And then
I saw that.
she was like having a baby with my daddy, and then her mom and dad are being supportive. Like, bro, come on. Y'all tripping straight up. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
The sad part that people be like that, man. People like that. Okay, let me see what this is. Oh no! No, why? Why? It's so sad. Oh, dang. Ultimate smack. Wow. You know what would be wild is if what would be wild is if the girl in the wheelchair was like, you know how they do those how they do those things sometimes with somebody who, is disabled or whatever. Or for whatever reason, they'll have them, like run the football in or dunk it or something like that.
Yeah.
It would be wild if the girl and the lady in the wheelchair was like, you know what? I want to play basketball. I want to make a shot, but also I want to get massively blocked. I want somebody to come through and just throw my stuff against the wall. And what if that was the play? And that's all we know about it. It's just this video. Or maybe it's just some dude who just really doesn't care about anybody. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is cray cray. That was funny. That dude came in and just threw it way the heck out there. What? Wow. This is crazy. Yeah, I have all right. I know I'm supposed to be on the show this YouTube, well not YouTube, but what do you call it, on this Twitch broadcast with, I think I told you about that, with my friend who's the actor down in Dallas, and another guy that I've actually seen on stage traveling with Broadway.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be coming up this week as well. I think it's on Friday coming up, Friday night. So that should be interesting. That'll be fun. So I figured out, because you remember when we had Colt 45 on the show, and he was basically walking through telling us how to set up to like broadcast on Twitch.
Right.
And you get like that OBS studio. So I was able to download that on the computer. It's like, I mean, it's a free download, first of all. Second of all, it's like super easy to set up. As long as you have a microphone and a computer, like, and a Twitch account, or whatever account type you're trying to, broadcast, it's available there. So yeah, I'll send you the link, and maybe we can toy around with that one day. But here, this is the link. I'll just send it in the private chat, so you just have it right on your computer. But yeah, download that. It's a pretty quick download. Getting everything set up. So I think that'd be interesting. And I looked, and I mean, since I have a Twitch account, like I can join on my phone. I wouldn't even need that software from OBS, or but with the computer, obviously there's more. There should be more that you can do with the computer in a situation like this. And I know you probably already have a camera like this. One of my cameras is I could tether it to the computer to be like a webcam,
Okay.
So yeah, man. So I'm gonna join that show like that, but then I've been thinking about doing like cooking, like some cooking stuff with that camera, set up like that. So we'll see. We'll see if I have time to mix that in. But yeah, the OBS is fairly easy to set up. So I think it's cool. All right, let's see.
Did you hear about that news anchor? Oh, did you hear about that news anchor that was taken off air for saying for Shizzle my nizzle?
No.
She was fired. Yeah.
Was she black?
No, she's white.
Of course. That's the only reason why. It's like it's back. It's the reverse now. It's the reverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got in trouble for doing that, and somebody was like, "I'm offended." You know what I'm trying to say? So
yeah,
that's really what it was.
Poor lady. Oh well, she didn't know what she was saying.
For Shizzle. Wow.
Could have been the my nizzle part. I think it was the my nizzle part that got.
Oh yeah, it was 100% my nizzle. 100% that part. Hey, I mean, sometimes there's certain things you just don't. Like sometimes you do. There's a lot of things that you do, but sometimes you just don't. And in that industry, you gotta know just to not. Like, not today. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna wait until the cameras are off.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Poor lady.
It's people crazy in these streets. Let's see here. Newest. All right. Save. Okay. I got the YouTube set up. Waiting for it to finish saving. And it'll update if we update anything. Anything else? Anything else you want to add?
I'm sure it'll come to me while we're talking. Sure, something.
The crazy thing is, the crazy thing is, we have like so many random things that we scroll through and send each other to like the group chat on Instagram or or on TikTok. Like that, it's just we have a ton of stuff. It's just like every now and then we get to a place where we forget most of that stuff. So and only a couple of things stick out. That's so funny. Let's see here. Whoa, hello. Oh, have you seen the new Mischief sneakers, the BWD? I'll send them to you. I'll send them to you in the group chat on Instagram.
Mischief sneakers.
Yeah, they are basically made. They're basically made to where you can wear them backward and forward.
With holy
wear them
water in the
backward.
sole. Wait.
I don't know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, I'm looking at the MS the
Oh, yeah,
Mischief
nothing.
website. So there's some Jesus shoes with holy water in the sole.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
also
this
by
is-
Mischief. Because Mischief also made they're also the ones who made like the devil shoes
I got
by
you.
Lil Nas X, I believe, and then also they made those big red boots.
Yeah. I mean, these Jesus shoes, I mean, they look okay. I mean, they look okay.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's just all right. Mischief shoes. Let's see.
Oh, here's another angle of this kid blocking. Dang! No.
Yeah, no, I'm good with those shoes. It's all right.
Oh my gosh. I watched
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I like literally just saw that.
this video I just sent just now.
Yeah, the little
Just now?
shot
The
putter.
little oh my gosh. The mini guy throwing a shot put and then it lands an olive on the pizza. Oh, it's great. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, let me see here. If you're ready to get started, we'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, let's boogie.
Let me make sure that my stuff is recording, which is probably going to go ahead and send this into a shock because it's going to be like, oh no, I don't know what you're doing. I'm a whole computer and I don't know how to process more than one thing at one time. But it seems to be okay. So we'll get the episode started in 3. Oh, wait, no, you count down. Hold on. Okay, go ahead, count down.
Shucks, let me get one. All right, and the 3, 2, 1, click it.
Click.
Check. Gotcha.
Mic checker. 1 2 1 2. All right, what's up, everybody? On today's episode of the hashtag Blackout podcast, who shot you? I shot me. We talk about that. We talk about some hammer time. We talk about arsenic shakes for Shizzle in the news and more on today's episode of the hashtag Blackout podcast. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, man. Wow, we got some wild stuff in these streets. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 247 of the hashtag Blackout podcast. I am the black man in Utah, Jalapeno J.
What up, people? I'm Jay, one of many, 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 many black people in Texas and in the South.
Yes.
It's
we're back, man. Welcome back. Jay, how is life? I have a question of the day for you, but how's life? How's everything going?
Man, life has been interesting and eye-opening the past week. We're gonna I think I got into this like some episodes ago, like going to the doctor and blah blah blah, all this other stuff. So I had my yearly physical. I encourage everybody out there, get yourself a physical. Don't think that you're too big or too manly or enough to not go to your doctor every year. So went to my doctor. Everything's A-OK, perfectly fine. I'm 100% healthy. But, and I say this with a but, my doctor said all my issues, all my heart problems that I thought I was having, they're all in my head because I'm under a lot of stress and anxiety. So people out there, try to de-stress yourself if you can. It's easy to say, but it's not easy to do. Take some time to get away, step away from your regular life and go do something completely different. Get away from your family if you can. Not saying leave your family, just get away. Take some self-care days, as my doctor told me. If you need to, go hiking, go camping, go do something, just how did he say? Recharge. Yeah. If you need to recharge, life is you only get one of these things, and you can't let this stress you out so much.
That's true.
Yeah, man. So I've been looking at trying to at these like little getaway cabins, like I forgot what they call it, but like one like an hour and a half away from here. You could go chill out, lock your phone up for the weekend, and just hang out in nature, man. Just do your thing, Try to recharge, as I said before. I'm gonna probably try to do that. I don't know how soon I'll be able to do it. I'm sure come summertime it's probably gonna start getting packed. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do that so I could finish writing a book that I started like 3 years ago. Yeah, man. So that's my life, man. I'm trying to find ways to
get it together.
Yeah. Be stress free.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah, man. I know. I think honestly, I think it's just like a part of our shared side of our family. Because my mom goes through that every now and then.
Yeah, my dad does.
I've done that to myself, at times where here I'm gonna fix my mic, but I've done that to myself at times where I'm just like, you know what, like everything's going down the drain, like nothing, I'm about to expire right now, like all this stuff, and yeah, man, at the end of the day, it was all in my head. There's stuff that wasn't all in my head, right? But there were things that were all in my head, and I just made it up, or I blew something out of proportion that somebody said, and it like led me down the path of, I don't know, like it was just wild. And sometimes those situations happened in accompanying stressful or anguishing or anxious situations. I know one of those times happened, I don't know, it'd been maybe a couple of months after my dad passed. Or no, not when he passed. It was after he had a heart attack, actually, before he passed away, which was several years before he passed away. And I don't know, man. I was at work one night, and I think, a lot of stuff that I was thinking about pertaining to that just all, lumped down on me at once one night. And I was in the middle of a restaurant shift, and I was like, I told the person, my teammate that night, I was like, I can't do this. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I was like, I don't know what, man. I was just like, I just need to sit down somewhere. And I was just out in the middle of the floor, just like sitting there. They had to call an ambulance for me and everything, man. It was wild.
Yeah, you probably had like a panic attack, anxiety attack.
Yeah, it was. And it's crazy because I had another teammate that happened to like a few months before that. And, looking at her, I was like, what is wrong with that girl? But yeah, I mean, when stress, when all kinds of stuff happens, man, that stuff happens. And, panic attack is horrible because your mind is telling you that whatever is happening, whether it is or not, it leads you to not being in control. And sometimes you gotta have a lot of people talk you off the proverbial cliff, if that makes any sense.
Man,
So
I know, man. Like back in 2009, man, I was for like maybe 4 or 5 months straight. Like every other day I was having a panic attack. And I mean, like the first one was like, it just hit me out of nowhere. I was just at work, and then all of a sudden all these thoughts just start coming to me. I had to go outside, man. I felt like I was about to pass out. I had to go outside, get some fresh air. Yeah. And then it just stayed with me for the longest time. I didn't even know how to talk about it or talk to my wife about it. It just like, And then eventually, once you identify it, you can start talking about it. And then, you kind of start to break out of it, but it's still like in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Takes a bit.
Yeah, it does, man. And I think from there, back then, I was able to identify when panic attack was coming on, or something, some type of anxiety was getting to me. But like these past few months, like maybe the past like half a year, 6 months or something like that, I think it just took on another role or another set of symptoms to where I could characteristics that I could not even identify, and it was like affecting my health. And that's what my doctor was saying. He was like these things, like your brain will create certain chemicals to where it will affect any part of your body, from your heart, your breathing, to anything in your stomach, your intestines, bowels, and all that other stuff. So he said all that stuff is like linked together, and that's my issue, because other than that, like, I'm perfectly fine, blood test perfectly fine, all the stress tests, heart tests that I've been doing, everything's coming back normal. So it has to be stress and anxiety. And I was talking with a friend of mine. She was saying she used to go through the same thing, and the thing is, she wasn't really, I guess, or she's at the point now where she's not even happy with her job, even though this the job she wanted. She always wanted it. She's just not happy with it. And I was like, yeah, I'm in the same exact boat, because I've always told, like, my little group of people that I hang out with at work, like, I am never gonna retire from this job. I don't retire from this job. I want to leave it and just do my own thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this job can take care of my family. I could pay all my bills. My wife doesn't have to work if she doesn't want to. I could pay all the bills in that. But am I going to be happy with this job?
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. So I'm like in that spot now where I don't know what to do. It's a responsibility as a dad, as a father, as a husband, as a man, that I gotta take care of my family. Do I have to bear this stress, bear this anxiety?
It's the thing, man.
Do what makes me happy?
This is the thing. We come back to this conversation with you and this job
all the time. All the time.
Okay, a lot. And I mean, and it's not a bad conversation to have. It's a great conversation.
It's a great,
and it's a great thought process to go through. But the fact that it comes up all the time means that tells you something. Tells you something that that it tells you something. It definitely tells you that you may not be necessarily long for the job, and you may not be long for the job. You're really looking for something else in your mind, but your body just hasn't put you there yet. Put you on that path yet. And honestly, man, I have that conversation with a coworker recently, who told me that, he loves his job where we work. He really enjoys it. He loves the people, but it's not his dream. It's not what makes him happy. He wants to go, and there's other things that he wants to do, that he has opportunities to do, that will be jobs that will still pay him pretty well, or maybe even better, actually a lot better, depending on where he goes to work. And then, it is like his dream scenario. And he just, there's a couple of things that he has to do to make that happen. But he's like, how long do I stay doing this thing that, I enjoy, and I love the people and all this other stuff, but he's like, but this isn't where I want to be forever, man. I get it, man. It's crazy because, I think my sister struggles with that sometimes, because she is an amazing baker and dessert artist, and she can create her own bakery. She can do that. She can make her own pastry shop, and she's been needing to do that for a long time. Why has she not done that? I don't know. She has enough money to do it. She has enough experience to do it. There's enough open locations, and she has a willing employee, my mom, to go and help her. Be a second employee because my mom is retired. So all the time I'm just like, dude, you gotta go. Because you don't want to be where you are forever.
Yeah, I think I know what it is, and I could speak for me, and it could probably be that way for a lot of other people in the situation. I think it's a slight fear of failure. You know, we sometimes we got to take that leap of faith and do it, but at the same time, there's that fear of failure and rejection at the back of your head, like this might not work out for the best, and then I'm gonna be stuck doing struggling again. So it's that thing I think about all the time, man. Security versus being healthy, happy with
honestly, man. Honestly, it's like that new age old, I call it a new age old adage, bet on yourself. With family, whatever it is, the crazy thing about it is, if you go and do the thing that you love to do, subconsciously, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, but I did really, really well in the psychology classes that I took in school. Subconsciously, you're going to be telling yourself, this is what I love to do. Whatever stress comes from this, it's less than the stress that I had doing something I didn't want to do. So therefore, overall, my life is going to be happy. That doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. That doesn't mean that the day that you start doing that everything's going to be roses and you going to, blow the doors off everything you're trying to do. That doesn't mean that at all. But subconsciously, you'll be telling yourself, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. This is the right thing. And at the end of the day, what that's going to do, it's going to translate to the rest of your life. Your family, any of your friends, anybody like that see you, they will see a different countenance about you that says, okay, he's happy. He's doing his thing. And he has a purpose in what he's doing. It's not like you would just be quitting your job just to straight up quit your job and do nothing. Like you're doing something with a purpose because it's something that you love to do, because you have all the talent in the world. You have all the resources in the world that you need, at least right now, to start, let alone the potential of what resources you have that can further what you want to do. And you have enough contacts to make it happen, initially. Like it's weird because like you're on the stage of doing everything you really want to do, but it's just that one little bit of, well, what happens if I fail? I mean, hey, you have your family support. That's really, at the end of the day, that's really all you need. Obviously, you need a place to live and you need some money to put some food on the table, but you have your family support, and it's crazy because I look at something that this reminds me of a couple of things. Like when I got married to my wife, at that time I was still looking for jobs in the TV news industry. And I was just not, when I first got my degree, I was like, I'm not trying to go to the middle of nowhere because I'm too much of a city boy. Like it's just the way it is. And then, there were some opportunities I applied for, like in the middle of nowhere, like Oklahoma and all this and other places like that. And I was like, you know what, I'd go do that, but I don't know why, but I'm just not feeling it. But my wife was like, you know what, wherever you want to go, wherever we go, I'll be there to support you. Like that's what it is. And so I didn't drop that in enough like I should have back then. But it is what it is. And I don't have any regrets of anything else I did. But also I remember my brother, who just had a little baby boy like a little over a month ago. I remember when him and his wife got married, and somebody like asked her the question, like, are y'all gonna stay in California? What are y'all gonna do? And she was like, my brother was like, I want to go back to Houston. And she's like, wherever you want to go, we'll go. Let's do it. Just because, and that just showed me, it's just support, man. And I know your wife is the same way. Like she'll support you, whatever the heck, you want to do, obviously. And so you know, it's good to have family like that, you know, spouse, parents, siblings, whoever it is, you know, like that will support you in your endeavors because they know that's what you love to do. And just like the doctor told you, all this stress is happening because you work in a stressful situation, whatever it is. Once you get rid of that, guess what? That won't be an issue anymore. You'll have other things to deal with in life. It is what it is. But that won't be the reason why you're frustrated or not happy or feeling off or whatever it is. That's what it is. The place I worked at before the place I work right now, I really enjoyed the people that I worked with. I did not really. I enjoyed the clients that I had contacts with. I enjoyed all of my coworkers. I just didn't truly enjoy the place that I worked for because I think subconsciously I knew they were basically putting on a front of being like this kind and charitable company when at the end of the day they were just basically trying to get press for themselves a lot. And after I was unceremoniously let go,
unceremonious,
I'm in a much better place because it was funny because I would always mention to random people, as soon as this place is done with me, as soon as they let me go, I'm really gonna, you know, take my business that I wanted to do to the next level. And honestly, in that time frame, like literally, I think it was like the day after, something like that, they let me go. I started working on my business a lot more and took it to a level where I had been dreaming to get to for so long, and still trying to constantly grow it, but it took me to a different level. And honestly, I have been overall much happier since then. That's not to say that I haven't had stressful times. That's not to say I haven't had a panic attack again, because I knew I did, like back when COVID started, which a lot of people did, unfortunately. But yeah, man, I'd say consider finding a way. Consider finding a way to do what you want to do. I think at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I know that my kids, you know, are happy that I'm doing something that I like to do rather than something that I wasn't as happy doing. And I think overall, my everyday interaction with my family, which is the people I see every single day, you know, I don't see my friends as often, but people I see every day, my overall interaction with them has been more positive now. And I'm not going down these bad negative rabbit holes I did when I was a part of that old job situation.
Yeah.
I'm still in a corporation, but
you know,
it's
you're
just
not
a much better place to be in.
Right. I hear you. That's
overall.
Fair. Yeah. Well, we'll see what the future brings, man. I'm still evaluating things, and crazy thing is, I don't think it's my job that stresses me out because I'm good at my job. I'm the best at what I do in my job.
Yeah.
You know, it's freaking boring, man.
Yeah.
But
that's true. Like, that could be another thing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, but like I said, man, the thing is, I'm not, and it's a shame we gotta, well, I'm not going to say it's a shame, but it's, the pay is the only thing that's keeping me there. Honestly, I'm not going to find another job that's going to, pay me the same thing unless I have to start by and work my way up. So it's one of those things. Maybe somebody out there in listener land can tell us, how do you deal with your job?
Yeah.
Are you happy? Hopefully. Is it what you want to do? Call us and let us know.
Hopefully there's a place. Go ahead and get a number.
3853-BLAKPC or 3853-255-2572. Back to you, Jared.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully there's a place where an opportunity pops up where it's basically a lateral move position-wise, but money-wise, it's better.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to go to work for nobody else again. That's my thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm thinking about. I don't want to work for nobody.
Thing.
Hopefully all this cryptocurrency I've been buying the past few years is going to like skyrocket me to like a millionaire. We'll
Melissa B out here talking about telling us about Chris. I haven't seen any of her posts in a long time because I don't know. I think when my account got hacked, my other account, my Hooks Rub account got hacked. I just lost basically everybody I followed, and since her post didn't really come across my timeline as much, I lost it. But I'll go back and look. But speaking of cryptocurrency, the guy who I don't know, he won like I don't know how many million like Bitcoin because he won like some kind of design contest. He would now be like a crypto, billionaire or something like that.
Wow.
Or he a billionaire, but he'd be like I don't know, it's like $200 million or something like that he has. Apparently he put it the website that he has his crypto in, he couldn't remember the password to get into it to cash it out.
I remember that guy.
And you remember that? And like, he had like so many attempts. I think he's down to like his last 2 attempts right now. And he's like done everything to try to get it. And apparently whatever password he had, he was like, I wrote it down on a piece of paper and I had it on like some backup website or drive, but that website has like since, gone down or something, it's like no longer in service. And it's like, I moved several times since I wrote it down. So it's gone. I'm like, bruh, come on.
There's crazy. Another guy that had his crypto wallet on a hard drive that I think he accidentally threw it away and it's like in a landfill somewhere. And there's so many hundreds of millions of dollars on that.
Yeah.
That he started hiring people to look through the minefield or the landfill to try and find it. And so far, I don't think he's found it yet.
Nothing. Wow.
Sucks for him, man.
That is crazy. That's crazy. I mean, and I understand, man, like if I think about it like this though, like there are so many random websites that I signed up for, like to get on their mailing list or whatever it is over the course of time. And some of those I just put in a random password just so I get a discount code. You know what I'm trying to say? So I or even a random email address. Yes, pretty much. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't diss him that much for that, but golly, I mean, if it's like an investment situation where you could potentially make money off it, I'm like, nah, I'm definitely remembering that. Definitely remembering that. Okay, so you said the voicemail number earlier. Cool. I'll go ahead and play this one voicemail we have. 3, 2, 1. Wait, no, we gotta hear this from the beginning. This can't be unheard. Wait, stop it. What the heck is happening? My phone tripping, bro? Okay. Let me do this. Let me go here, and then I'm gonna go back. Come on, you piece of trash. Okay. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? We're gonna swipe it away. Let me see. Here we go.
My baloney has a first name. It's OSCAR. My baloney has a second name. I don't know the rest of the song.
What?
It's MAYR. Oh, I believe it. Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, y'all, I'm unhacked. It took me a day to harass Instagram. And Memphis Diva 99 is back, and now I'm trying to get rid of the other one. I have to deactivate the other page, but got all my contacts and stuff. Ooh, child, a lot of people that I network with my rider Pearl stuff. So yeah, I'm good. I'm watching some scary movie, and it's cold. Spring light to us, you guys. Spring light. I just want to let you know. Spring light. I'll call y'all back later because I'm packing. My house was sold. The house that I rent, the rent company was sold, and so I have to June 30th to get out of here. So Oh, yeah, it's time for me to invest in some land, but the house market is not very good right now. So, I'll talk to y'all later.
Oh wow! All right, Dan Kayla. Well, hey, hopefully you. Thank you for the voicemail.
Yes,
Memphis
indeed.
Diva 99. She's back in action. Hopefully you can get your stuff packed up. But you got 3 months, so hopefully you can make that happen. But also you got 3 months to try to find a new place to live. So hopefully you can
Yeah.
find that.
It's horrible.
And I'm happy that you got your Instagram account back. I was not able to get my Instagram account back, and I believe it was done on purpose. Let me tell you why. Let me get into this because I am pissed.
Oh,
right?
boy.
I'm not pissed for you, Kayla. I'm happy for you because I love you. You're my cousin, and I'm happy that you got your thing back. But I'm pissed at Instagram, and the reason is because if you haven't heard, this past couple of weeks, Instagram has released statements and some stuff talking about bringing this blue check verification system that they have. They ended the thing where you could apply to be verified after you had like 10,000 followers.
Right.
And now they're opening up to everyone. And what it is, it costs $25 a month, so $300 a year to get this blue check verification. What the blue check verification does, let me tell you. First of all, it will verify that you're an actual real person for your account. It will give you the little blue check next to your account name. It will allow you to, or that they have better duplicate account protection. So if somebody tries to, duplicate your account, hack and duplicate account, they'll be able to stop that. It will also have a more hacking protections. So therefore, if you do get hacked, you have better protection, stronger security there. Also, you have a customer service agent network that you can call at Instagram, right? You have that. Also, I know as of late, and really as of like the last month and change, Instagram has decided to stop boosting their reels, right? So like for a long time, for like 2 years, I think almost, Instagram was basically pushing reels. And if you posted a reel video, a reel instead of a regular video or a regular picture post, then your reel would get skyrocketed in views and likes, comparatively, right? So they boosted the algorithm for that. Now they've leveled off the algorithm for everybody, for everything. So reels are just as important as pictures, or just as important as long form videos, as stories. All this stuff is the same. But with the blue check, they're giving you an added algorithm boost to anything that you post. So for $25 a month, you could be higher than everyone else. Okay, so the reason why I'm super pissed about this is because back in the summer, 2022, like end of the summer, and then September, October, November, December, millions of people a week accounts on Instagram were getting hacked. And they were not really, they weren't stressed about helping you at all. They were just like, all right, we're going to put you through this process. And then after a while, they start ghosting you. That's what happened to me.
Interesting.
After a couple of weeks, I started getting ghosted on the communication. After a month, completely ghosted. Somebody else acted like they were trying to help me, and then they're like, "No, we can't help you." And they're like, "Oh, we don't see anything wrong with your account," even though I did everything they wanted to do. I posted all the things they needed me to post to them. I had a direct person, 2 people I was contacting. They all ghosted. They're like, "Oh, we'll pass this to our manager and they'll call you back, within 48 hours." 48 hours turned into like 3 weeks and still no contact, right? But they were doing all of that. They were not allowing you to get your account back, even though this was your account that you built from the ground up, even though there's plenty of evidence that showed this is your account, especially the fact that all in one day it had me logging in from like 5 or 6 different places around the world in the same day within 20 minutes of each other. I was like, this isn't real. So this is the thing. They did all of that, and I believe they were letting people's accounts get hacked, and I believe they were making people have to start from scratch again because they knew they were coming out with this, and they knew that all these fools who had their account get hacked were going to come back and pay that $25 a month. So that wouldn't have to happen no more. I'm so pissed off at them. It made me want to stop putting stuff on there.
Interesting. That's crazy, man. And I'm assuming you're not going to do the $25 a month. What happens if...
I don't know. Probably not.
What happens if, let's hope it doesn't, but somebody hacks your account again and you
without doing the 25 a month?
Yeah, without doing the 25 a month, you got to start again. Man,
start again.
That's pretty shady.
And this is the thing, like all of my packaging still has the old account information on it.
Oh, shucks. Yeah, the labels too, right?
Labels cost a lot of money. That's thousands of dollars just to buy like 20,000 labels. That's a lot of money, right?
Dang.
I mean, it's a lot, and I know I have new product coming out, and my manufacturer bottler and I have been talking about getting new labels for the old stuff, but also labels for the new stuff. I could put all that information on there I want, but guess what's gonna happen? If I get hacked, I get hacked. So maybe I just put the little logo of all the places that I have accounts, and you come find me based on the website. I don't know. It pisses me way off. I don't know. I don't have any evidence that is why they did that. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is why they did that. This is why they did that.
It makes sense. It makes sense on, I guess, what you're saying. Man, that's pretty shady if that's what they did. But it's a big corporation, millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. So I was surprised that money is ahead of customer service. Yeah, I mean, and it's social media, so it shouldn't really be like customer service because you're not really paying an account. I mean, just good service, period. They putting the money over it. So
this is the thing. If you have a business account, or if you've had any kind of account where you have paid money to them to advertise a post or a video or your company, you should have customer service to contact.
Yeah.
In that situation, like if it's somebody who's a free user, I can understand that there is less customer service to them because they are less important to the budget, to the bottom line, right?
Right.
Because they're not giving anything. But if you're somebody who has invested hundreds or thousands or millions of dollars into your profile that's on there that you built from the ground up, without any bots to give you extra users, any of that stuff like that, and you've paid money for advertising or marketing through them, you should have a customer service team that you at least at the lowest level have basic email communication with, and if something gets escalated, have a phone number to be able to contact.
Right.
That's what I say. The place that I work at now, we have that. We always have phone customer service. But if you're somebody who is a certain level of a business that has spent money in advertising or something else like that, you do have people that you could reach out to. There's a phone number, there's an email network, like there's things like that. That's where Facebook and Instagram is getting it wrong. And they're screwing over tons of people for that, because there's some small businesses and some large businesses that be like, all right, $300 a month, let's go. There's other small and large, small businesses mainly who are just like, there's no way I have that money to allocate to that because it was never in the plan. It was never in the budget. Now all of a sudden you have to decide if it's going to be in the budget or if you're just going to like take your chances again or do something else. I have decided probably to continue what I'm doing on Instagram right now, but also share more content to TikTok, because TikTok is the trending one right now. Facebook and Instagram is slowly dying off, only because the older people are starting to use it more, of which I am a part of. I get it. But TikTok is the young people's thing. Snapchat is the young people's thing. There's other stuff that the young people are getting more into now. And Twitter is way behind. Twitter is like for news more than anything else.
True.
And gossip. So that's it, man. And then I sent you something earlier this week. I know it was a really wild tangent. And thank you, Kayla, for sending me on this tangent. But I know earlier this week I sent you a video on YouTube of this guy, Isaac Hayes Jr., Isaac Hayes the third, right? And he's Isaac Hayes' son, the famous singer and chef from South Park. And he created a new social media network called Fanbase. And invested and created by people of color, by Black people and people of color, and it's supported. It's basically like an Instagram that was created by Black people. Has a lot of celebrities on there, all this stuff. But I mean, the user count on there, I think, is not even. It's not even, I don't even think it's at 100 million. Maybe it is at 100 million users. I can't remember off top. But he was like, you know what? This is a growing platform. It allows you to do a lot of stuff that you could do on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and TikTok, but it has some better options as well. So I created an account on there and I started putting stuff on there, and you never know. But he made the logic that totally made sense to me. He's like, kids and the younger generations that are growing up that are either your current demographic that you're selling to or the demographic that you will be selling to within the next few years. They don't want to be on the same platforms their parents are on. They don't want a Facebook account because their mom and dad are on there, or Instagram account, whatever it is. They want to be on Snapchat. They want to be on TikTok. They want to do these other things that a lot of times their parents aren't on. Right. Just because it's like the newer trending thing, but also it's a younger thing. He's like, think about Black Planet back in the day. Think about some of those other stuff. That was a thing back then. And then as soon as those died off, we sort of moved on to the next thing. Even though Instagram is sort of like, or I guess Instagram was a knockoff sort of MySpace, which is also a knockoff of like what Black Planet did. So remember, Black people made a lot of things, and got ripped off and no credit. But that's what he was saying. So I was like, you know what? And then he also said, the people that adopted those newer platforms earlier are the ones who, 2, 3, 4 years in, are people who have the hundreds of thousands and plus of followers, tens of thousands of followers. So, man, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to say that, this is my main avenue of trying to find a new, millions of followers, whatever it is. But I've been using Fanbase. It's interesting.
It looks like a little lightning bolt for the F.
Yeah. It reminds me of like Darkwing Duck or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to register on it right now.
Yeah, but check it out, see what you think. It's interesting. I guess there's a new follower that I linked up with only in following called Sucio Talk Podcast. So I had to listen to them. But yeah, that's it, man. I'm sorry I had to go on such a rant, but it is what
no
it
worries,
is.
Man. No worries.
Yeah, speaking of podcasts, I see you had a Felipe's Garage podcast t-shirt on. Shout out to your appearances on there. So hopefully y'all go back and listen to Jay on some of the episodes. I have one show that I am scheduled to be on in about 2 weeks. It's a barbecue podcast called Damn That's Good. And one of the guys actually uses one of my seasonings in his competition stuff, and he shouted us out, or shouted me out the other day. So
cool.
I'll have to shout this podcast out and that food out. And then whenever I go on there's another guy who's one of the barbecue ambassadors. His name Trumpet Master 77.
I like that.
He does a lot of cool videos on YouTube, random stuff, but he also does like a weekly live show. I'm planning on being on that soon. And then coming up, there's a guy named Major Attaway, or you can find him on Twitch. I Played Major. And then also my friend Marcus Malden, who played Brick on, he played Brick on Borderlands, the video game.
Okay.
They do a combined podcast, and Marcus invited me on there, because he was talking about my food one time. So he's like, yeah, I want you to come on the podcast with or the Twitch, show with us. So I'm going to do that here soon. I think actually later this week. So that should be interesting. But I'll shout out this show and also the food because I'm going on there for the food. But, I will definitely shout out the show as well because I don't really have a Hooks Rub account, even though my account does look like food on there. I pop on to random people's accounts on there and watch their streams and stuff. So it's fun. But yeah, so fun things coming. Ew, what a weird rant, Jared. I don't even know.
Hey man, it's all good. Sometimes you gotta let this stuff out. Maybe it's therapeutic. It's probably what I need to do is
bro, like
let
it go sometimes. I've had that rant like 3 times this week. Now I think I'm good. Yeah. So okay, I had a question for you. This is definitely not a good transition, but here's my question of the day. So, would you rather have the cocaine bear or the crack monkey? It's not a situation built around it. It's just pick one: cocaine bear or crack monkey.
How big is this monkey? Are we talking like
he's like Harambe size. He's like Harambe.
Oh, he a gorilla.
Yeah.
So you want cracked out gorilla versus a cocaine bear?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I'm gonna go with cocaine bear. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with cocaine bear. I've seen the way crackheads act in my neighborhood.
No. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, cocaine bear for the win.
People in the streets, what do y'all think? Cocaine bear or crack gorilla? I mean, just imagine this. Cocaine bear has a face full of cocaine. He's running around just cocaine dust and smoke emanating off of his body as he runs through the streets, wreaking havoc in the forest and running through trees, running through walls like the Kool-Aid man. And then you have crack gorilla, who is literally dancing to every song in the world in his head, who is scratching like right here, scratching under like Dave. He's wearing a red beanie, a brown jacket and a dark blue shirt, and he had a little crack pipe in his mouth, like smoking crack.
Can you imagine a crackhead gorilla peeking in your window late at night?
Bruh.
You go outside, you see somebody rummaging through your car looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
Or a crackhead gorilla walking up to you trying to sell you somebody's used shoes or any kind of used item. That's kind of scary.
Trying to give you a hamburger.
I mean, a
little brown bag.
Coked out bear. Eventually he'll come down from his coke, but once they get hooked on that crack, man, that first hit, it's all over with.
Once you go crack, you never go back.
Exactly. Once you go crack, you never go back. That's a good show title.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I would have to give it to the crack gorilla just because he would be extremely resourceful. He'd be doing all the things. He'd also be extremely shady. But he'd be very resourceful. He would have his jacket lined with fur. He would open it up and have a whole bunch of gold, like razor blades and combs and brushes
and
toothbrushes.
He might be actually pretty funny too, because there's some funny crackheads out there that will do some wonderful dancing and singing on the streets, and like they're comedians, man. They're comedians. Yeah. So I don't know. I might have to go with that too. Yeah.
But if you was mad at somebody or something, holler at your cocaine bear. Yeah, just let him tear through everything.
Super strong too. But with the cocaine bear be supplying whoever to cook the crack for the cracked out gorilla. This could be like Snowfall Animal Edition.
We got cocaine bear being Tony Montana.
Yeah, just like the picture we did
behind
a big mountain of cocaine.
Yes.
with his shirt open and a little gold chain.
Yeah, like an AK
Fine.
just sitting there. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
But then you have a cracked out gorilla that looks like Pookie from New Jack City. That would be scary. Have you ever seen a skinny gorilla?
Oh no, no, I haven't. I've seen a skinny gorilla. It's called a regular monkey.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Wow, I don't
That's
know.
funny.
Like a spider monkey is a skinny gorilla.
and he probably would turn into a spider monkey as quick as he would be.
Wow, I don't know, man. It's a good question. It's a
That's a
good
good
question.
question.
So
It's a
let's
good
see what
question.
they know. So we have a few topics here. We're gonna run through them quick because I just realized I'm probably gonna have to leave in about 30 minutes. So we'll try to run through them quick. So
Mhm.
first of all, hammer time. So a lady
Mhm. Mhm.
in Britain
Mhm.
has been sentenced to 8.5 years in jail because back in 2020, she lady named Eleanor Williams from Barrow. Back in 2020, she, started making claims on Facebook that she had
Mhm.
been held captive. She had been, groomed by an Asian sex trafficker gang. She had been, you know, sex slavery, all this stuff. And then she had been beaten with a hammer, by her boyfriend at the time.
Wow.
Well, come to find out, and she accused like several people of this situation, right? And she said she had been groomed from age 12, and this was like she was 16 years old at this time when she started posting it. So apparently this thing turned into a big thing. Like people were out doing demonstrations about these guys who apparently had raped her and sold her into sex trafficking, all this stuff.
Right.
Like the I guess the British version of the attorney general or something like that showed up and was
Right.
investigating like all this stuff. And come to find out, it was all a big lie. They have video of her at Walmart checking out, buying a hammer. And then there's also video on Reddit of her hitting herself with the hammer. And then she talked about all this stuff happening. She's like, oh, and then when she went to sentencing, she was like, you know what? I know I made some mistakes and I'm sorry. I want to apologize for that. The problem is there were several men who were arrested and jailed and held in jail for a long time because of your idiotic actions. Some of them almost even tried to take their life. Their families, their childhood homes, all of that stuff was destroyed because of you. And now you get to go to jail for 8 years. The girl is like 19 now. So really, 8.5 years, that's it for ruining multiple people's lives and really like making a national outrage.
Yep.
Wow.
She get what she asked for.
Wow.
Comes back. It all comes back around.
She sure does.
Yep.
Yeah, she apparently sent herself some messages. She sent herself messages like, basically making them seem like they're from these other guys. So it's crazy, man. We got some really, really wild people in this.
And I was like, what video that you sent me? And I'm like, is she beating herself with a meat tenderizer? I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, she was like tearing herself up.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Some wild people out there, bro.
Yeah, definitely some wild people. Wild people. What do you think of this story? So from an affidavit just acquired a few days ago, a dentist is accused in his wife's murder, ordered arsenic and undetectable poisons online. That's what he searched for and found. They said that this guy in Aurora, Colorado, named James Tolliver Craig, so dentist Dr. Craig, who was 45 years old. It's not like he's an old guy. It's not like he's a young guy. He's right in the middle. He said he went to great lengths to end his wife's life. They arrested him on charges of first degree murder. Let me see if I can share this. Maybe it's going to work. Maybe it's not. So we're going to find out in about a minute. Let's see here. This guy. Bam. Oh, of course. You had to put an ad as soon as I decided to share this to trash. This guy right here. Let me make this smaller. Maybe that'll work. Here we go. This guy. So too small. Way too small. Come back. Computer is definitely way behind me. Okay. This guy was scared to believe that he had gone to great length to try to end his wife's life and that he had ordered multiple poisons, researched online how much poison to use to kill a human, and whether arsenic was detectable in an autopsy. In the days that led up to her death, liquid of pure arsenic will kill a human. Document revealed that he created a new Gmail account that he only used in dental room number 9 in his practice. And while using the account, he researched multiple undetectable poisons and purchased crystal metalloid arsenic from Amazon. Hey, Amazon. What you
Gotta
doing?
love it.
Investigators stated that he used his Gmail address to buy the poisons, not his professional email address, even though he alleged the poisons were for work. So the affidavit states that 2 days after the arsenic was delivered home, his wife, Angela, was admitted to Parker Adventist Hospital, complaining her head felt funny, she was dizzy, and her body was responding slowly. The affidavit states symptoms comes from arsenic. So Angela was released from the hospital March 6th. And on the same day, Craig ordered Olandarian cardiac glycoside found in the poisonous plant oleander. Nobody beat no oleanders out there. The shipment was intercepted by FedEx and not delivered. On the form, the usage stated, products are for research use only, not for human use. We do not sell to patients. So on March 8th, Craig ordered Sigma potassium cyanide, by the way, Scientific, is that Midland, Texas, with a request to have the item shipped overnight. There were delays in the shipment and it was scheduled to arrive at his office on March 13th, but Craig told an employee that the package was personal and not to open it. It was opened by another employee and then released, but not before the employee saw the package containing the potassium cyanide. Angela was once again admitted to the hospital March 9th through 14th, but then returned to the hospital 1 day later on March 15th, where she suffered severe seizure and was placed on life support in the ICU and did not regain brain activity, and she was pronounced dead on March 18th.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
According to the witnesses, the guy refused to allow the hospital to conduct an autopsy, and according to the affidavit, Craig was known to make Angela protein shakes regularly and had given many to her. It's believed that he provided Angela with the poison through the shake. There is a text exchange in which Angela admits she felt drugged and that Craig assured, I didn't drug you. And here's the text. Wow. I had my protein shake and magnesium makes me weird. This is not hungry. And he said, are you nauseous? She said, no, I feel drugged. Given our history, I know that must be triggering. Just for the record, I didn't drug you. I'm super worried, though. You really looked pale before I left. So they were already having some issues. The affidavit also reveals that investigators believe Craig was working on starting a new life with another woman. He had flown her to Denver from out of state during the same time that Angela was in the hospital. Craig's dental practice partner visited the hospital where Angela was being treated after Craig told him that Angela was gravely ill. He told the nurse at the hospital on March 9th that Craig had recently ordered potassium cyanide for the dental practice and added that there was no medical reason or purpose to order the substance. He also told the nurse that he had a suspicion that Angela had been poisoned. The nurse called the police, and that's when the investigation began. So this dude tried to start a new life with like an optometrist or something else like that, like the other lady.
You know, there's so many other easier ways to go about this besides like killing your wife. How about like just separate and get a divorce, man? You know,
filing for divorce. Yeah, that's what I told my wife. I was like, why you got to kill somebody? Why don't you just divorce?
It's not.
You know?
I mean, he about
the
to
only
be
thing I could think of,
wife.
maybe, he's about to be. He's about to hold somebody's pocket. About to hold somebody's pocket. Yeah, I in my mind, I'm just like, dude, why
boy.
don't you just divorce? Like the only thing I could think
Yeah.
of is maybe he, maybe there was like some insurance money or something like that was going to come from it. But you're a
True.
dentist. You are smart. You have to be smart to be a dentist.
Supposed to be.
But smart people do stupid things sometimes too.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You can't take no take backsies on that one. Can't get that one back, dude. You screwed up for life now.
Yeah.
And he about to be somebody's dentist, or somebody about to be his dentist and stick something in his mouth.
Oh man, no. So speaking of screwing up and putting something out of your mouth that you shouldn't do, why don't you tell me a little bit about this news anchor?
All right, so yeah, let me see. Where we go?
I got it. Oh, you got it?
Oh, you got either one. You go for it.
Go ahead. Keep talking. I got it.
All right, so this happened a few days ago. A TV anchor in Mississippi, their morning news anchor, appears to be out of a job after saying a popular Snoop Dogg phrase. What's that phrase, people? Can you imagine? Well, for Shizzle, my nizzle. Doesn't sound that bad, huh? So Barbie Bassett will not return to the anchor desk, and is no longer listed as a member of the news team. Damn. Quote, as I am sure you can understand, WLBT is unable to comment on the personnel matters. Ted Fortenberry, the station's vice president, said. So Bassett said, for Shizzle my nizzle, when the idea of a Snoop collaboration with the newsroom journalist was raised. Nizzle is slang for the N-word. Bassett, who is white, also tweeted the phrase in 2011. Damn. And she ain't found out since then? Okay. This is not the first time Bassett, who boasts being the first chief meteorologist in WLBT's history, has landed in hot water. Ooh, let's see. The Mississippi native apologized October 2022 after referencing a black reporter's grandmammy. Ooh, on air. Ah, boy, that's a tough one. Though not intentional, I now understand how my comment was insensitive and hurtful. I have apologized to Carmen Poe, Bassett said about her colleague. Now I would like to apologize to you. This is not the heart of who I am, and for that I humbly ask for your forgiveness and apologize to everyone I have offended. She continued, I will learn from this and participate in training so I can better understand our history and our people. I can't mend the hurt a comment caused. I pray you'll forgive me and that you'll extend grace through this awful mistake. Her latest slip up drew the attention of Charlemagne the God, who defended her this week on the radio station. I don't think she should have been fired for that, he said. Okay. She might not even know what nizzle means, yo. Come on, stop. That's the reason to fire a woman. Some social media users have come to Bassett's defense, while others say it's not appropriate for a white woman to say the phrase. Bassett graduated from Mississippi College in 1993, earned a master's of science degree from Mississippi State with a concentration in broadcast meteorology. Wow. In many ways, Bassett's story is Mississippi's story, of course. Said in 2010 of Bassett, who has 3 children. It's about faith, perseverance, dealing with hardships we don't always understand at the time, and finding the answers by working through the problems. Well, wow. That's tough. Only the first thing I think about, I'm like, damn, it's Mississippi. I mean, they was the last people to take slavery off their little state constitution thing. So, and that was like, what, maybe 15 years ago? Yeah.
Mississippi
So-
gonna Mississippi. That's the sad part, man.
Yep. Mississippi gonna be Mississippi.
I'm not surprised at all. I'm not at all. It's ridiculous. You know what? Speaking of other racist news, and slave states. This is something that I texted you earlier this week and said, remind me to talk about this. And literally, I'm glad we started talking about this story because it reminded me because I would have forgotten. So first of all, huge shout out to my son who got like basically the award of excellence, the best award in his school district for artwork earlier this week. He did a sculpture and he was chosen out of all of the, I think his teacher chose like the top 6 art students from their school. And then every other school does the same thing. But then they choose the best of the best after that. And he got like the highest award for sculpting in the whole district. And that's thousands of students. So big shout out to him. So we're at the ceremony earlier this week. And they had like one of the middle school's choir singing because it's like an artistic thing. So like, oh, we're going to have like a little performance by choir. So they sing like, they sing one full choir song. They sing like a solo, and this choir is full of white kids, right? Full of white kids. Maybe one girl who's like mixed Mexican, but she looked like she was white too. White teacher, all this stuff. And most people in the audience are also Caucasian. There's some Hispanic people there who are getting awards. Jackson, my son, who's mixed. There was a guy who's mixed who actually was giving the speech, who's half black, half white, who I've met before, and he does art here locally. And they're singing a couple songs, sang a couple solos, one girl, one boy. Then they came back together as a group to sing one final group song. Let me tell you.
Don't tell me
what the first words were. And
to
then
the
I
window
knew.
to the wall.
Nope. The first, that would have been hilarious though. The first word was wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water.
Oh.
God's a gonna trouble the water. I was like, I sat there, I looked at them, and then this is the slow motion, like in real life though. I was just like, I was looking at them on the side, and then I slowly came back. You can't even see my face. Slowly came back forward. So this is me in the screen. I was like, mother. And so I immediately texted my son, and I was like, not wade in the water, and with a face palm. And he said, for real, a slave song by the slave masters. They proceeded to sing the song. The wild thing is the guy that I said was the speaker was literally sitting right next to them. They were on the other side of things.
Wow.
And I was right in the middle, and I was like, should I get up and walk out of here? Should I cause a scene? Should I go talk to the music director? And then I was like, you know what? This is about my son. This is not about me. I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, man.
I'm going to just talk about it on this show. I could not believe.
What did the crowd's reaction? Did you like turn and see?
Everybody, the white people was white too. Everybody was like, everybody was pale. And then I could feel a lot of people looking at me. I could feel a lot of people looking at me like, what does he think?
So you just think in your seat, man.
Yeah, I could. My wife had no clue what the song was. She didn't know. She never heard it. Or she, yeah, or maybe no, she knew it, but she knew what it was. But my mother-in-law didn't really, understand what it was. I was like, that was the most racist thing that's ever happened.
Wow.
And the kids, I don't completely fault the kids because they're all middle school students. They don't understand the significance of it.
Oh,
even though I'm sure that the music teacher told them what it was. You know, they're like, this is a Negro spiritual. This should be a great idea.
I'm not even
Nigga,
sure. No, absolutely not. Is this a young? Was she like a young music teacher? Or?
I mean, she had to be mid to late 30s.
Okay.
She had to be.
That's,
She was old enough to know.
wow. Oh,
I could not believe, and it was a small venue. It was not like this was in like an auditorium. This was like, you know, a couple hundred people plus that group of singers. It was the most uncomfortable I've ever felt because I didn't know how I wanted to react, but I knew I was not there for me, so I should
definitely could have been a TikTok moment, viral moment. Oh man, you gotta look to see if anybody recorded that. That's funny.
I wish I had a camera.
That's
I ain't even like it. I was just so shocked that I couldn't do anything but text my son because I knew he would get the joke. I knew he would get it. I couldn't. I was.
That's funny.
And the crazy thing is, like I told you, like I looked back, you know, in the forward. Then I looked back at them and I was like, I gave them like this look. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" You know. Wow.
That's funny.
I'm
sorry, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That was wild. Anyway, that's all I got. It made me aggravated. I don't know. What would y'all have done in that situation? People, let us know. I was not there for me. I was there for more for my son. So.
It's a tough one, dude. Ooh, I'm cringing and I'm not even over there.
Yep. Yep. I'm
sorry.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. Wow.
Yeah.
I have nothing else. I have no words. I don't even know if I could finish.
Okay. Well, on that note, let's try to get up out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, wow. We're gonna wade on out of here. Twitter, Instagram, #BlackoutPod is where you can find us. Check us out Sunday mornings, or just put your little notification bell or something on your YouTube account to know when we're online. You can jump in on the show and listen to it on YouTube, be part of it, or just follow any one of your favorite podcast listening apps, and we'll pop up on there. #BlackoutPod@gmail.com, where you could email us whatever you want. Or you could just call 3853-BLAKPC or 3853-252-2572. Get yourself some hooks. I think I'm going to grill today. I went to Sam's yesterday and I saw some big old tomahawk steaks. Didn't buy one because it was too expensive. But yeah, get yourself some hooks so you can season your steaks, your meats, your whatever you got to eat. Yeah, man, and try to school these folks on some Negro spirituals, and
oh my gosh,
don't be don't oh boy, wow, it's hard to come from that one. Yeah.
All right,
that's tough. That's a tough one.
Yes, it's bad. Okay, well, on that note, y'all, I'm blacking out.
Wow, blacking out, people.
Peace.
Wow.